Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Welcome back for those of you that are not new here. Okay, so today I have another Zoom meeting. That seems to be what I get ready for, or hey, I've been putting on makeup just to go outside because there's a couple days a week that I just want to put makeup on and have some fun, whether I'm filming it or if I'm just putting it on my face because it's like, hey, why not? Okay, so today my video is not sponsored, but I did get sent some samples from a really good friend of mine. We went to high school together. Her name is Jillian Decker, and so she's a consultant with Mary Kay. And she sent me some samples. So today we're going to be using this for our eye look and for our cheek and for our lip. And then she did send me a primer. And I've also been using an exfoliant that she sent me, and I've been using it for the last week or so in my skincare routine at night. And I do have to say that my pores seem to be smaller, my skin smoother, so I do really like that product. So we're going to be using those today. In addition to some other high-end things that we're doing, I'm going to be trying out the Anastasia Dipbrow on camera today. I have my little Ofra palette here and some other powders and things that I've gotten along the way on my makeup journey. So here we go. All right, so today we're going to start off with the Mary Kay Time Wise Pore Minimizer. I haven't used this primer before, so I'm going to do oh, excuse me, my allergies. I've been outside messing with our animals this morning. I'm going to do 2 pumps. It's very soft. Ooh, and it smells really good. I'm kind of put that in my T-zone and all over. Just kind of pat that in. I'm going to do another like half a pump and put it on my forehead and maybe fill in those pores between my eyebrows and the fine lines on my forehead. Press that in real nice. Okay. So this is going to be kind of a tutorial slash get ready with me, I guess. It's just a video I'm making today. Alright. So with that on, I do like that, and it smells really good. Super soft. A little bit of grip to it. All right, since we're going to keep this on the high-end side or stuff that you can get from Sephora, so on and so forth, I'm going to use my Reboot foundation. I'm going to do 3 pumps on the back of my hand. It's a super light coverage, and I'm in R230, the Reboot by Makeup Forever. I'm just going to use my sponge today, and I have mirrors over in this area, so we're just going to use this. Start on my cheeks. Oh, scent. That's the only drawback to this foundation, because it wears nicely, it feels lightweight, it doesn't get crepey and cakey on my oily skin, and even in my dry areas it doesn't get all oopy and goopy. But that scent, ugh, I just don't care for it. But I'm super scent sensitive. I don't like perfume stuff. And I don't know if that scent is breaking out my skin or not. So what I'm going to do is pay close attention to the irritation. But I'm using a new primer today, so it may take a couple more times for me to see if it's the scent in this. Alright, so we're going to keep with the Sephora theme. I'm going to use my Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer by Laura Mercier, 1C, 2C. 1C is for brightening, and I love it. This is the beautiful peachy pinky brightening shade that we all love. And then 2C for my fair to light skin. I just put some right here. I'm going to use it to help my dark circles, and also I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow base today, because you know what, why not use my, yeah, we'll spot conceal like that. Alright, and of course I always do the blemishes first, my redness, so on and so forth. I love this concealer. I'm going to use my handheld little handy dandy mirror here. Bounce real lightly around my nose. It's been super red around my nose. Okay, and then I'll work backwards. I put it on my under eye first, and then I go down my T-zone, and then when I work backwards to give it time to set a little bit more under my eyes to get the fullest coverage possible. It also gives it a little more time to set on the end of my nose, because you guys, if you've been here for any amount of time, know me period, I have allergies, and so the end of my nose and in like this muzzle area right here is where I lose my makeup first. And then of course on my jaws, because my little one loves to waller me. I think I say that in every video, and I think I say it in every video. But he does. Liam likes to waller his mama to ensure that I remember that he is the baby and that I love him the most, and that he is the favorite and that he is the cutest, and he needs me to remind him of all those things. I love all of my children dearly, but Liam needs the most reassurance. But again, he is only 5, and he is just absolutely precious. My older two are very precious too. They're actually in the kitchen right now doing homework or work from home, because that's what schools are doing across the country. So that's what they've been doing. And I have a Zoom meeting today. My personal students have been doing a super job at doing their work and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to set my face with a couple of powders today. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever, I think this is 114 powder, to set my under eye on my under eye brush. It's this one right here, and it's my JH07. I'm just going to kind of dip in there. There's a little mirror in this little compact. I built this duo myself at Sephora. Oh, I don't know. Probably about a year ago, I guess. Yeah, I think this is the 114 and this is the 116 powder. And then I got this recommendation, these two powders, by watching Brianna Fox's channel here on YouTube. And this is a beautiful under eye powder. Okay, and then I'm going to use the contour shade in there as well. Okay, for my all over powder, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish in #1 Fair. I'm going to use my Sephora brush. I'm going to use my Sephora powder brush. Just kind of dip into it. And I try to start with my cheeks. And then I go down on my jaw. I'll even set my ear. Make all kinds of fun sounds. Then we'll set. And I kind of pounce and buff to make sure that it's nice and set. I love this powder. It's a very expensive powder, but it just makes the skin look, like the name, flawless. I feel so beautiful with this on. And this was a splurge happy birthday to myself. My birthday's in February, and so a birthday present to myself, and I'm here for it. Would I repurchase it? I don't know. I don't know, because maybe, you know, once a year, I may not go through this, you know, whenever I go through it, if it's close to my birthday or Mother's Day or something like that, you know, a little splurgy fun item, maybe, because I really do like it. All right. So next up, let's go ahead and finish up the face. So I'm going to use my Becca bronzer. Looks like this. I've used this several times. It's the Capri Coast color. I've used this several times on my channel. Where's my bronzer brush? I don't know. Found it. Whoop. Actually, this is my contour brush, but you know, it'll work. And this compact, again, you know, all Becca's products have a mirror in them. So I'm just going to use this bronzer. Just going to lay it out. And I just kind of make a 3 sweeping motion. Make sure I get my ear down my jaw. And then I just kind of bring it down my neck. I am trying a new sunless tanner. So a new sunless tanner, and it's by Synagence. And I have to say, I do like it. So this will really kind of play into that. Lay this down. Now, because this does have some sheeniness to it, I tried not to put it on my nose, but you know what? In a rush, this will even work on my nose. But we're going to properly contour today because I want to. I want to. So, I say properly, but I may not be able to find my contour. Found it, nose contour brush. But I am going to take that same, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to take my smaller, more precise Moda contour brush, and I'm going to use that 1/16 powder for Makeup Forever. So I've got a couple items for Makeup Forever today. 3. I'm just going to hit right there. And it's a nice, I think this is the medium contour shade. So it'll really kind of give that cool tone, shadowy look. I really like it. And I'll just take my powder brush, just kind of buff over my cheeks and my throat. So I don't want it to be too harsh. It is just a Zoom meeting, but it's with my people, my teaching people. So I'm going to use my angled contour brush by e.l.f. Just lay it down on the sides of my nose, on the end, and then I do bring it up and I meet my eyebrows. Meet them right there. Then I like to shorten my nose because it's kind of a honker. And just kind of draw it there. Get that nice and laid down. And I'll put a little under the old lip-a-roo. Go back, powder brush, kind of brush over what we just did. Brush over the eyes to kind of really blend this area right here. And our nose, I mean, it's like a new one. Love it. All right. Highlighter. I'm so excited. This is the NikkieTutorials Highlight Trio by Ofra. It has 3 different highlights in it. This one I can use almost like a light bronzer topper. This one is my favorite. This is Glazed Donut. Oh, this one is Glow Goals, and it's too dark for me by itself. Glazed Donut is perfect. And then this one is Space Baby. And it has a blue shift underneath it, so it's kind of fun to if you wanted to use it on the eyes or even on the face. I mean, if you're blue undertone, go for it. But today we're going to be boring, and I'm going to use just the middle one. And this does have a nice little mirror in it. And these are just, oh my gosh, just so beautiful. I do love this one. I haven't used this on camera before, I don't believe. I may be wrong, and I may have, but I don't remember. Bring it down the center of my nose, stopping short of the end because we put that contour on there. And to shorten it, I just kind of smooth all that over with my J02 from the Jaclyn Hill collection. It's so pretty. I'm going to keep that out because the eyeshadow duo that we're going to, or the eyeshadow trio that we're going to be using, it doesn't have a highlighting shade. My lip's a little frosty, isn't it? Take a pot brush. Put it over that. Alright. But before we get into the eyes, let's go ahead and, I need to do my cheeks. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, cheeks, I'm going to use the blush in here. And it's called Rosy Nude. Let's see if I can get this open. And it does have instructions on how to do the eyeshadow, so we're going to follow them. Alright, so I'm going to take my JH04 blush brush. I'm just going to kind of dip on the card and try to stay away from the eyeshadows. Just kind of dip on it. Okay, okay. Oh, that is a nice rosy nudie color. Okay. That'd be a pretty transition color too for us today. It doesn't say to use this as a transition shade, but I'm going to go ahead and use it as a transition shade to kind of lay down everything we need with a fluffy brush. I spray my face, and then that was fluffy. That was fluffy. Okay, so we're going to use it as a transition shade, and then we're going to follow the card. But let me do this, and then we'll do my eyebrows, and then I'm excited because that color is, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. Using our Tarte Stay Spray. I really like it. Check the time. Okay, I'm so good on time. Make sure I'm not late for my Zoom meeting. That'd be embarrassing. Okay, I'm gonna dry that. And you can always take your sponge when it's starting to dry. Pat over some areas, or if you got those little splotches of the setting spray, you can take your sponge and it'll kind of help soak it up while you're drying. Alright, so today I'm going to do something a little different. I don't use this very often, and I don't think I've used it on camera before. Maybe I have. It's my medium brown Dipbrow. I'm going to use my little double-ended. I got this on Amazon for a couple bucks. Okay, I'm just going to kind of dip in, and a lot does come off. So I just kind of swirl it around in the cap so I don't look like I have marker brows. I don't want those. So we're just going to kind of use this, just kind of shape out the bottom. And a lot does come off. So I try to be very light-handed with it. Just kind of dip in, make sure I tap it into the cap. But this medium brown shade is perfect for me. Now I have been watching Nakia Joy, her channel, and I think she has found a dupe for this. It might be by Maybelline, I think, but the pot is about half this size, but it's also, I think, less than $10, where this is upwards of over 20. But this will probably last me for a while, and then when I'm done with it, then I'm just kind of taking the point of this brush, if you're using a dip brow or a brow gel, and I'm just kind of drawing down and kind of really laying and backfilling in where I know I have my brow hairs after I shape out my brow. And I'll take a little spoolie, just kind of give it a buff. There we go. This is my good brow. This one gives me fits. So, we shall see. We shall see how she goes. She may say, no ma'am, you're not shaping me today. And so I just kind of go from the bottom over and down, and then when I get to this thinner tail part, I kind of go through the middle and draw my tail out. And my eyebrows are definitely sisters and not twins. This one's a little bit thicker. It's much easier to manage. This one has a mind of its own, and she does her own thing. I'm just kind of backfilling, staying within the brow hairs, and then taking the very point of my angle on my brush and just kind of scooping in. Just kind of scooping in there, laying it down, and then I'll take the spoolie, brush it through, and it's just a very nice fill in. So I'm going to try to incorporate this dip brow more, to first of all to use it before it dries, but I really do like that, and it's really nice, and it's supposedly waterproof, and I am going to set it with a brow gel though, because you know I don't want my eyebrows to come off. I'm hugging my kids or my husband or something. Alright, here we go. We're going to do our little Mary Kay. This is supposed to be the color card for green eyes. My eyes are blue, but I have on pink today. So they're kind of a greeny gray, bluey today. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. She did send me the cards for brown eyes and for blue eyes, and I might use those in future tutorials. Okay, so we're going to start off with a transition shade. This is my Morphe M441. I'm just going to use that blush that we used. This is not in the instructions, but I want to use it just to kind of lay down some of this color, because I cannot have a naked transition area. And I bring it all the way up to meet the brow and out, and kind of down almost to the eyelid in this inner area. I'm just using that really pretty blush that we use called Rosy Nude. So beautiful. But I like pinks and bronzes and golds and cool tone mauves and things like that, and this is definitely in my color wheel, this whole card. So okay, and then we're going to kind of transition some of that on the lower lash line as well. Make sure we meet it right out here. We'll do that over in this area. Just kind of get our transition area over. And of course, you know, since this is on the card and there's plenty, they give you plenty of this. Now this eye application may be a once and done, but there's still plenty of that blush on there. So, you know, you could possibly use it again. But just for a transition, I could throw that highlighter on my lid, some mascara, and call it a good day, and I would feel very beautiful and put together. All right. So it says number 1. So number 1 is going to be this color right here called Sunlit Rose. It says apply shade 1 on the eyelid. That is step 1, and that's for the base. In this one, it does have some kind of shimmer in it, so I'm going to go ahead and use my finger. It doesn't say how to apply it, it just says where, and it gives you a little graphic. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it right here. Alright, so that's a nice rosy nude. Kind of like the blush, but a little deeper on the pink or the rosy part. And it shows putting it about 2/3 of the way. So we're going to do what the card says. We're going to put it 2/3 of the way. Okay, get some more on my finger. This is my left hand. We know that it is completely for show and useless, but we're going to use it anyway. And this seems to be applying just fine with my finger. It's not overly shimmery, which is fine, but it does lay down very nicely. I do like, of course, lots of shimmer, but for today's settle look, because after I get out of my Zoom meeting, I'm going to be doing some at-home workout exercising. So anyway, all right, there we go. Now I might do a little bit more right out here. Right out here on both eyes. It's kind of awkward scraping it off that card, but it's not a big deal. It's for samples. And she sent it to me and it was very fun. All right, so then the next one, we're going to take the deepest shade on the card, which is the number 2, and it's Merlot, and it says apply 2 in the crease and outer corner. So for that, you know, I think I'm going to use this brush. It's a JH33, and I'm just going to kind of swipe. Okay. Ooh. And I was going to use it as a mirror. All right, we're going to put it out here. Put it out here. It says put it in the outer corner. Just going to kind of pat that on because we already have our face done. Oh, that is beautiful. Pat that on. I'm going to kind of pack it on both eyes. And then we'll switch brushes and blend. Actually, you know what? I think I can flip this over and blend it this way. Let's see what we get. I very rarely start with my lid, but you know, it's not too terrible of an idea. Okay, here we go. I got a little more on it. You just kind of windshield wiper motions in and then small circles out and kind of bringing it up on that bone in the crease like it said. Okay, now I'm going to take an M411, it's a little tapered, and I'm going to put this on the bottom. Kind of drag it in and make sure that I match it up at the top and then just kind of blend. I'm just dipping the very tip of it in and then blending, then blending up. Okay, we kind of lost some of that shimmer in the middle doing this. Okay. So I think I'm going to take my M411, the one that we use the blush transition shade, and I'm going to actually dip it back into the blush. And I'm just going to kind of clean up this top part and then down here. Just kind of clean all that together right there. Okay, all right, it's actually very pretty. Okay, we do have one more color, and it's called Blossom, and it's the highlighter shade. It looks completely matte for me. I normally don't do a matte eyebrow or eye bone, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it today. And let me see. I guess we'll go ahead and just use this little pencil brush, and it shows on the little card the 1, 2, 3 step, and then of course you have your cheek and then your lip, but of course we use the cheek, you know, dual purpose, and I think it turned out very well. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of pop that underneath our brow bone here, and of course we did, since we didn't have our brows on, we do have that highlighter on, and I kind of, you know, always scoop it through, so there is some highlight in there. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice right there. Okay, so that is a nice cream transition. You could even use it as a transition shade if you wanted to, instead of a highlight. I could see you using that as well. But this is very much a dual purpose kind of card, because you could use that as a transition and then gone in with number 4 and then number 1 and number 2, and then, you know, amped it up some more if you wanted to. But no, I really like that. All right, well done, Mary Kay. Well done, well done. All right, but it does not have instructions for inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to use the one that we used on our cheeks, that same pencil brush, because I have to have my inner corner done. Just the shape of my eye. I think it makes my eyes look better. It makes them look wider, bigger, because my eyes are fairly tiny. So I'm going to scoop it in here, scoop it down here. Make sure I get that inner corner. Nice and bright. All right, love it. Okay, so now that highlighting palette is a very nice one. If you don't have it, sometimes I found that it was sold out, but once it was in store, I went and bought it. Okay, waterline. We're going to use our Urban Decay 24-hour gel liner or glide on liner. Oops, dropped the lid. In Rockstar. It's just a burgundy, and I thought it would go really nice with that Merlot color. And I don't have many high-end eyeliners because I'm a ColourPop person and they're drugstore or affordable, whichever. But I do have this one, this burgundy, and it just, oh yes, it's very nice, and it enforces that Merlot color. Try not to stab myself. And go ahead and tight line to kind of, you know, give some emphasis on those eyes. Very nice. I did drop the, the lid. All right, so I don't have a high end right now. I need to buy, I'm trying not, well, actually I don't. I'm trying not to buy high-end brow gels, but I think I might, in one of my backups, have an Anastasia one, but it's not open. And so I'm just going to use my ColourPop to kind of reinforce. I don't think my eyebrows are going anywhere because of that pomade, but pomade, I think. That's how we say it here in the States, or at least in Oklahoma, I believe. But I think I've heard it pronounced pomade as well. It's just my ColourPop, so I am trying to use that up. But man, I put that eyeliner on in these colors. My eyes went from a gray, greeny blue to very gray blue. Okay, all right. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do our mascara because we are inching in on go time for our meeting. I gotta get my computer set up and all that stuff because my kiddos are on their electronics in the kitchen doing their stuff. Okay, so I'm just getting myself a nice little curl. My high-end mascara that I have open besides that Milk Makeup one that I'm just not a fan of is my It Superhero. I do like this. It Cosmetics Zero. This is very nice. This came in the same holiday box as the Milk Makeup one. And then I think the Milk Makeup one was also part of the birthday collection for February, and so I think I got, it might have been It Cosmetics, I'm not sure. Or Milk, no, it was Milk, was the birthday one. So I stand corrected. Alright, see, but with just one layer of that Superhero, it's so nice. So you don't have to glob this mascara on, and you'll still look very nice. And your lashes, very voluminous, very full. It holds the curl really, really, really well. I was gonna say great. And then of course, you know, in Hillary fashion, I touch my eyelid or upper eye crease, something. Wouldn't be my video if I didn't. And because we're being, you know, extra today, why not? I'm going to use that Milk one on my lower lash line. This is a little drier. This wand is enormous. So I wipe off the end and I kind of drag just the end along my lashes. And then go in with the spoolie on its flat side on the wand. the brush because it's huge. It's the same size as my eye. If they made a smaller wand and made this a little more of a creamy consistency, then I would be here for the smoke one, because it's very dry and I don't feel that it lasts very long. Okay, so I'm just going to take my pencil brush, kind of giving that time to dry, scoop that away. Oh, I got it on this one too. Who thought? Who would have ever thought? This is giving me very Valentine-y vibes. Kind of reminds me of my Valentine look that I did. Look for my powder brush. Kind of sweep my cheeks. Okay. So the last thing we have to try is our lip. How are we on time? All right, we still have 20 minutes. I'm still good. Okay. This color is called Rosewood, and it's a very mauvey, pinky, and there's plenty on here, so you could get a couple of uses out of it. I'm just going to use my finger. I do have a couple of lip brushes, but you know, we're already here. Okay. Kind of pat it on it first. Okay, so see, you could do it with your fingers and leave it right here and it would be just a really soft wash of color. Or I'm really going to get it on my finger and kind of swipe it as if it were in a bullet or on a wand. Because I believe just the consistency of this, I believe this is a bullet lipstick. Feels like it. A classic bullet. Creamy. I go a little crazy. If you ever get a little crazy on your lip line, just kind of go over with your sponge or a tissue. You just kind of sharpen that up. All right, Rosewood. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That is very pretty mauve-y color. Kind of straighten up those lip lines of mine. Alright guys, this is the completed look. The fun bun is here to stay. I have had so much fun using my Mary Kay stuff, and so far, you know, I'm still liking the way that my foundation and everything, my base is looking on that primer. Alright, so I will see if I can find some of Jillian's information, and I'll leave it in the description box if you wanted to contact her more, because she's the Mary Kay expert in my area. So if you wanted to kind of, you know, see what this makeup had to offer for you, please feel free to contact her. And man, I like it, and I like how the card is very user-friendly, very beginner-friendly. The cards kind of tell you exactly what to do, and then of course, you know, you can, you know, use the blush, and then you can use your highlight, and you can, you know, you can kind of mix it up, you know, with the face products and everything like that. All right, guys, this is it. Let me know what you think. It's very pinky, very springy. I really like it. I'm very impressed. So anyway, I appreciate it. Please subscribe before you leave. Click the notification bell. Thumbs up if you liked this video. And I cannot wait to see you on my next one. Bye-bye.